Okay, now if I do that, can you take me there? Awesome. Alright, that's helpful. It used to just go straight to the campaign, and I'm pretty sure that it was always... Oh, wow. Just toss me right in there. Sweet! That's exactly what I want. Thank you. Oh man, of course now I draw one lander. I can't keep this. I'm on the play, and I only have one play. I don't want to play this Bushwhacker unless I can kick it. It's a great hand, but so are most hands where you have 6 spells in them. Okay, this one is not terrible. I would much rather have a more aggressive start where I can play a 1-drop, but short of doing that, this isn't bad. I mean, I've got a Raid Bombardment, I've got this Krenko's Command, and I even have a Paragon, so... Yeah, Bloodcrazed Neonate, again, not insanely happy about that card, but, I mean, it definitely can do some work, especially with Shock backup. It's like, it does like a poor man's impression of a Kiln Fiend that can be blocked a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, I would love it if this was a Kiln Fiend right here. I happen to draw 2 of my burn spells. I don't usually, but yeah, it would be nice here. This is going to be a Satyr Wave. No, just a Dead Weight. So, I mean, it's not such a big deal. It's basically my 2-drop for his 2-drop because he's not going to do anything with that other land anyway. Alright, multiple Raid Bombardments. So that's the thing here, is this card is good in multiples because they stack. So if I play both of these and then I just attack with these 2 things, then I'll immediately hit my opponent for more damage. Is this a 2-mana 1/1 regenerate? Alright. Guess that's a thing. Alright. Oh, thank you. Die. I was gonna try and decide what I wanted to do this turn, but he made it easy. I was probably just going to attack anyway, and then in response to his regen, I was just going to kill it, but this lets me get in more damage, so that's kind of sweet. But yeah, I need those lands. And again, I mean, I cut it down to 22, so it's not unreasonable that it's hard for me to draw or to find these lands, but that's okay. Because I do have good ways to end the game now. Bushwhacker, let's do it. Let's whack some people right upside the head here. Get in for 6 damage. So I mean, I really like this burst potential that this deck has. One thing that I might want to consider doing is splashing white in this deck, bringing it back to a red-white tokens deck. I really like monocolor aggro decks in this format because the splash lands are really hard to, or not good for aggro decks at all because they come into play tapped. I would have much rather had the ones that deal damage to you, either the pain lands. Oh god, it's only gonna be 1 spider. Okay, thank God. I got pretty scared there for a second. Come on, give me a land. Thank you. So now I can drop this Hall of Triumph. Normally I would like Raid Bombardment, but it'll let all my creatures just attack right past that thing. So we're gonna go ahead and name red, and my creatures get a nice little buff. Should be able to kill him next turn. Especially if I draw a land, because then I'll Raid Bombardment plus Shock. Yeah, he's just bouncing. In fact, let's just bounce our... Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I should even play these out or not. Because it's basically like, okay, my opponent conceded. I don't have to play the game anymore. Like that's how it works. That's how Magic has always worked. Hunt the weak. Sure. Unfortunately, didn't have a land there. Another Bushwhacker, eh? Is this thing a common? Yeah, you can get 4 of these. That's really sweet because it counts as like a creature, but it also does good work as a way to end the game. But yeah, I mean, if I splash into white, then I can get a Tendonite and raise the alarm, as well as maybe Triplicate Spirits. And those cards are like exactly what this deck needs because it has the best ways to abuse. Or some really good ways to abuse. Well, not even. I mean, I would take out the Paragons, and then I would have just Raid Bombardment, which I think is actually just one of the best cards in the format. So that's why I made this Goblins deck, really. And also Goblin Rabblemaster, which I haven't drawn yet. But, yeah, let's do this thing again, because this thing really worked out nicely. Let's go. Join me in a game, man. Come on, toss me right in. Head first. I think this is probably going to be the last one. Let me know what you think of this series and this deck. I said ready. And if you want to see more of this, or if you want to just see me try and win games. So no lands, that's not going to cut it. 5 lands is also not going to cut it. I'd much rather go down to 6 because there's a good chance that I just don't get to play this game. I mean, all I got to do is play these 2 things, draw some more lands, and then nothing good happens. So let's go down to 6, and there we go. That's a real hand. This deck really likes to be on the play, especially against these green-black aggro, or not aggro, control, mid-rangey kind of decks. Those things tend to get off to a little bit of a slower start than this one. Elvish Pioneer. That's one card that I didn't have yet when I was making my mono green deck. That might actually make it really a lot better. But I think if you're going to make a green deck, then you want to have black in it. So he's going to be a 3-color Brew here. It's interesting. Not really sure what the white is for, but we'll find out, I'm sure. Oh, come on. I don't even want to attack here. Again, this trade is just not going to work out for me. I'd much rather do it next turn after I get Raid Bombardment out, or just never, and wait for a Paragon or a Hall of Triumph or a Blasting Station or something. Darksteel Ingot. So, more ramp. Looks like my opponent wants to play big stuff. It also fixes his mana, which he already was not having much of an issue with. So yeah, here I'm just actually going to play this Goblin Arsonist and shift the turn. So essentially what I want to be happening with this deck, maybe I'd actually do just attack here. No. What I want to be happening with this deck is me to be getting my opponent down to like 12 before they're able to start playing 5-drops. But that is not really what's going to be the case today, it looks like. So like if I had drawn a shock, then I'd be able to get rid of that. I mean, I don't know. All these lands. I'm just going to play this thing, and now I'm going to start attacking because safe passage. Why would you play that now? Oh, okay, because he doesn't want this thing to work out. But he still should have waited for me to attack and then done that, because this prevents all damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control. So he would have been able to just eat one of my creatures. Ooh, Phyrexian Rager, that's a saucy one. I do like this card a lot. Yeah, and I can still really use a Hall of Triumph for a Paragon here. Shortcutter's not terrible. I think, yeah, I actually want to stop this thing from blocking, because all these will still actually just trade with that. Jesus, bro. Well, these safe passages are actually giving me a nice avenue to win this game, because they allow me to... Safe passage. What's it? So yeah, safe passage basically allows me to get back card advantage, which this deck usually struggles with. And it actually is. I mean, my opponent is just playing all these cards that when they enter the battlefield they draw a card, so that's not good. But he's played these 2 Darksteel Ingots and these 2 safe passages, so he's only got 2 cards in hand right now. Unfortunately, I'm drawing a lot of lands. Alright, so I think it's time to attack, just with the Arsonists though. Get some 2 free damage in. If he can't really make any good combinations where these aren't going to trade for at least 2 of his creatures. If he blocks with both Visionaries, then they just trade for all 3. Or actually, if he blocks like that too. Yeah. He has no really good way to block. He can block with... Yeah, that doesn't work either, because I still get to just go ahead and kill this thing. And then my guy still lives, and... Yeah, I think I'm going to use it. My guy still lives. He gets to use Raid Bombardment for another day. So that was pretty sweet for me. I wonder, is Roaring Primadox in this format? I don't think so. There's a Griselbrand. Alright, GG. GG. Raptor Griselbrand game. I mean, like, he happened to draw it, so there's not really much I can do there. But that's disappointing. He ramped to it, and he played Elvish Visionaries and Phyrexian Ragers so that he draws more cards. He's probably playing 2 Runescar Demons, so it's not like it's so ridiculous that he would actually draw it. He better not be splashing white for stupid safe passage. I'd be pretty pissed. So he just drew cards there for no reason, because this ability you can do it at any time. So doing it at my end step is no better than doing it at his draws phase, but Whatever. I mean, this deck, sure, this deck's weak to Grizzlebrand. If my opponent gets to 8 mana, I'm gonna lose. For some reason, he's attacking. I mean, he's got 8 cards, so he's gonna have something. Wall of Omens. I mean, like, Trumpet Blast doesn't even come close to getting me there, even if my opponent didn't have any creatures. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. He has 5 mana up and he can't do anything with 7 cards. Maybe he's got some spell that he wants to cast. More Safe Passage. Alright. Awesome sauce. Okay, you go. No, it didn't. Playing that land doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna play one more game after this because this one is not fun. I don't know. Should draw more. He's only at 23, guys. I can do this. Well, there's Goblin Rabble Master finally showing up to the party. Like 2 years late. But what happened? I didn't press anything. Like I straight up. Oh, he just drew cards? Oh, sure. Well, let's see what I got here. He's at 13 cards in hand. But, yeah, actually these guys aren't going to trigger the Raid Bombardment, which kind of sucks. But, because they're going to get pumped again. But that's okay. It'd be hilarious if he lost. I don't think that that's possible here. Oh, he's got another Safe Passage? No. He just drew more cards? Oh, he's got another Safe Passage. So, like, his actual combo is just get out Grizzlebrand and then just keep playing Safe Passage until you win. I hope this asshole loses. Oh, he's got Fog. Okay, sure. Oh, so close. I'm actually, like, yeah, actually not that far from killing him. I could just Bolt of Kyrnos him down to 3. But he kills me next turn in the air with Grizzlebrand anyway. So that's kind of actually hilarious. It's a sweet deck, I guess. I mean, he's playing a lot of these cards that enter the battlefield and draw cards. And then he's playing a lot of Fogs. But his goal is really, like, get Grizzlebrand or lose. But, yeah, I mean, I can't really hate on that. It's a sweet brew. It's, okay. Are you serious? Like, you're just gonna... Every time I lose the game, you just crap out on me?